Hey y'all, welcome to the show, Two Queens and a King podcast. We back, y'all. Y'all ready for tonight's show? We got a special guest in the house, but before we get to them, we gotta do our introduction. My name is Carolina. You call me Queen, you call me C, you call me whatever you need to call me, just not my name. What up, y'all? Y'all ready? Happy Friday. Y'all gonna have to get geeked, because I'm tired. We're gonna have to get geeked up here. Come on, y'all.
Y'all know what it is. This your boy, the King. 2 G's, 2 N's. Y'all already know what it is. We gonna wake up a little bit. We just, Alright, we gonna wake up though.
What's up, y'all? It's Queen and Mickey. How you all doing? How's your Friday? We love to hear from you tonight, so jump on the live for a little while, and then we'll go over to the JQLM app. Okay?
Well, we got a special guest in the house. Shout out to our special guest for coming through last minute. We was straight last minute.
Straight last minute.
Come on and step up to the mic and introduce yourself.
My name is Willie, Viverette. Some of y'all know me by Willie Dynamite. I'm a wealth coach, fashion designer, real estate investor. I mean, if it got anything to do with wealth and building equity, you definitely go find me in the building. If you ask your boss about what he thinks about me, he's probably not gonna like it because he benefits from your ignorance. We gonna start creating wealth.
Come on.
Or we gonna be stagnant. It's up to y'all.
Come on. So that leads us into our
If
topic.
you're sensitive, you might want to just hang up right now.
No, definitely. You might want to get on first.
Some of the people,
No, you need to stay on here. You need to hear all this.
Because sensitivity.
No, you be all right.
I know it's real talk.
It's gonna be real in here today. So we're gonna talk about supporting the Black community tonight. So we're gonna do 2 parts actually. So on our second part is gonna be, of course, our beautiful engineer for the night, CEO, co-host, all the above, Miss Lady J. She on the second part.
For sure.
She always here rocking with us. But supporting the Black community, what y'all gotta say? Because I know me, Ken, I know you about to get ready to start a business. I know most everybody has a business here. How have y'all been feeling about the support lately?
Ain't none.
Oh, okay. Get straight to the point then. Get straight to the point. Tell us how you really feel. Don't
I
hold
just
back.
feel like there's not none. I feel like we can do better. As far as supporting each other. Like I put on my thing earlier, I be treated like it's a cuss word. Like somebody done said damn or cussed you out or something. You gonna support me? What? Why would I do that? What do I benefit from that? That's how I feel. I feel like a lot of people don't, if they can't benefit from supporting you, they just won't do it. And maybe it's just me, but I feel like it's just too hard to have to do stuff and get support when it should just be, because I know how I am. I support anybody and anything they do. But it's not the same. So I just feel like my mind is hardly any support at all. I mean, you have your support from family and friends or whatever, but it should go farther than that. I'm not, but that's how I feel about it. I just think it can be a lot better.
Well, I had posted 3 questions. The first question is why is support so hard for people to give? The second question was, why does it seem if you're not in a clique, then you're not supported? And the third question is, if everybody is on the reciprocal energy tip, why can't people support those who support them?
Well, how do you feel about support?
I'm a little different because when I first started doing real estate, people used to always be like, man, the market is bad. What you gonna buy for? People were so negative, that I had to push through that. Mm-hmm. And really what you got to do is just put your work in. Don't worry about the support.
All right.
You focused on the wrong things.
That's correct.
You need to focus more on your business than people supporting your business. Give them something to support. Make them feel confident. Make them want to support you. They feel left out if they don't support you. Because I'm going to keep it real. Once I, just my business journey and the things that I've been doing, I used to feel that support, we don't support each other. I believe that. But at the same time, Black people, we're pretty much our worst critics. You know what I'm saying? So they go to Walmart and Walmart have a defective item and they won't say nothing to Walmart, but they become a inspection specialist.
They know everything.
When they try to buy a T-shirt or whatever the case may be. But then that pretty much just goes into you stepping up your game.
Exactly.
And that's not really a bad thing anyway. To have a good product, because you know, one of the reasons I chose real estate is because nobody has to support me. You need a place to stay. Period.
Right.
Even people that don't like me, they be like, man, you got any houses for rent? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I still, just because they don't like me or support me, I don't feel no type of way about it, because my grind is astronomical. Nobody has to support me in anything. Watch me book myself. And this goes back to, I ain't trying to take up too much of your time with it, but this goes back to the Monique thing. You remember when Netflix only offered her $360,000 and she went on this rant. She was like, well, you gave Dave this, you gave Cat Williams that. You know, comedians are underpaid. Why you? First of all, her Oscar is not in comedy. Her Oscar is in acting. That's the first thing. And as explained, Netflix gives you what they feel you're worth based off of the seats that you're able to fill.
Right. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And with all of that being said, you can't complain for what the next person isn't giving you. Like, that is like nails on a chalkboard. If you deserve more, right? Go get it.
Oh, okay.
Go get it. You deserve it. You gonna sit here and complain and tell everybody that you deserve more? Or you gonna go get it?
So you think she should have just declined it and moved on, not even saying nothing about it?
From the jump. If this is what I would have set up for Monique if she hired me as her wealth coach today. She hired me. Monique, we building you a studio. Your own studio. And we're gonna produce your own films.
Right.
You know why? Because you ain't gonna get it ain't gonna be nothing crazy. They gonna talk about you. Because anytime you step out doing something independent, Hollywood like, nah, don't support it. Ain't nobody backing it. Who is she? You know what I'm saying? They gonna try to drag you through the dirt. But once you start producing your own films and you own 100% ownership of your own films, when they cut that first check, you gonna work for free.
But what about when somebody, like, if you need that support, like when she went to Steve Harvey? She felt like Steve Harvey and Oprah and them could have helped her out. But then when you close doors, they was like, we got you what you need. But sometimes, do you not need that sometimes? If she could do her own studio and stuff, though, she wouldn't have been complaining about that $300,000. So maybe she like, I need somebody to help me.
No, it's no such thing, bro. There's no such
thing.
Need
help?
Yes. She don't need no help creating a studio. She got an Oscar. Bro, she got an Oscar. We're talking millions.
Yeah, she got the money.
Okay.
She got the Oscar.
Okay, put your own money up. Don't wait for nobody to fund what you doing. What are we waiting on? Look at us. Look at us, black people. We black people, right? We black people talking about black excellence. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta be doing for self. You can't wait for nobody to fund nothing that you got going on.
That's right.
I remember people used to be like, don't go use the bank money, get a loan to get a house. And I got a thick book. I got a library over 600 books at my house right now. I read through this book. I tried everything in that book. Ran into brick walls. I went in there, said, yeah, I'm trying to get a loan for a house. They said, okay, you got this. I went back, did that. Came back to him. Every time I went back, it was something different. Until I said, you know what? I kind of see where this is going. And I saved my money. I lived off of 50% of my income. Everybody was going to the mall. They was popping bottles. They was Ruth Chris. They was living a good old life. Here I am, not able to do that because I'm in the house trying to be responsible. Fast forward. They're in the same spot. And in everything that I'm doing is I funded it. I don't have funding. I don't even like asking nobody for nothing. We can't leave our faith in the same hands of those that oppressed us. That's the first thing. Who are we looking for to help? Who are we looking for? And how long are we gonna wait for somebody to save us? I mean, is it gonna be another 330 years? Is it gonna be another 100 years? I mean, what's it gonna take? How long we gonna be in this spot? But what we can do is start practicing group economics, and we do have to support each other.
Yeah,
that's vital.
That's vital. That's what I mean. Like, I think there's different types of supports. Financial support is one thing. Like you said, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna finance my own thing. But I'm talking about support. Facebook. when somebody share your post or your flyer, that's support. That's the support that I'm like, for not, I ain't gonna say focus on, I ain't focus on none of it, because like I said, I got word of mouth. I can go, I know people, I go to Monty, hang time, yo fam, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but it's like, you need that. That's what, I can say that's what Facebook is for, because you know, whatever, but to me, support is also like, okay, you put this flyer up, say, like for instance, I say, yo, I got my man's Willie Dynamite on there. Like, post and share. That's the things, like people just, it's like if they not doing it, they don't want to participate. They don't want, but they listening. I bet you a lot of people who didn't want to follow or they didn't want to share, are they listening right now? You know what I'm saying? Because they stalkers. They want to follow you, but they don't want you to know that they follow you.
Can I share something with you real quick?
Yeah.
Bro, nobody supported me. Nobody. You know what I did?
You had to get in their face though, right? And then
I supported me.
Yeah.
I'm sharing when I'm posting a flyer, when people be adding you to them groups, I'm sharing stuff in all of them groups every day. Every day. You gonna run across me. You ain't gonna have no choice but you gonna run across a live video, an Instagram post, me and bruh, the wealth coach. You gonna run across. You gonna see me promoting lava on Wednesdays. You gonna see me in the club. You gonna see me looking fresh, fly, spitting some knowledge. You gonna see me somewhere. And once you see me enough, it's repetitive now.
Let me see what
okay, well, who is he? And then when you dig for them, then when they dig, it's gonna be gold there. It's gold. It's gold. So then they gonna feel left out. Not to cut you out.
No, you good.
They gonna feel left out. They gonna feel bad for not supporting you.
Yeah.
They gonna be like, dang man, okay, he gotta be somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he everywhere.
So you know, I just think that. Even just with us, and I see it, even with the business that I started, you're gonna have to put in a lot of work before people support you. You're not just gonna start something and expect all the support.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it 100 with you. I'm just keeping it so that if nobody ain't supporting you, you're not working hard enough. Work harder. Work harder.
And that was the fact I was going to bring up, how you pointed out that you got to work for it, you got to grind for it, you got to every day, constant. You work hard for your 9 to 5, so why you going to work hard for your business?
Woo! Boy, that sister just said something right
I just don't
there.
understand. Y'all like
She just said something.
else.
She just said something.
And then also, I like the point that you bring up that you was living off of 50% of your income. You, in order to get a business, you got to invest in yourself first.
I done been homeless before. I done slept in my car. I done went days without eating, bro. I tell people that they don't even believe. Like, yeah, right.
That grind be serious when you want it.
And I didn't, but I had to go through this, and I wasn't even working on nothing. It was just a bad patch in my life. You know what I'm saying? But it really. So that's why the way that I invest is like people. You probably won't hear nobody tell you to invest. They gonna tell you to go out there, present your proposal to a bank or somebody else, find funding. And you know what I'm saying, hopefully you find somebody to invest in you, and then you go on to like sell off in the sunset. Mine is like, no, put up your own money. You're not a boss unless you put up your own money. No matter how much money somebody gives you to manage, you're nothing but a supervisor. You have to answer to somebody for that money that you borrow. It comes with restrictions. And that's when people start compromising. Y'all hear me? They start compromising their values. Like they may want you to do something that's against your core values. It happens every day at a job. They may start you off on the cashier and they may say, well, the janitor quit tonight. We need you to clean the toilets. You gonna say, I didn't sign up for this. It don't matter. You want that job? Right. You want that job? Get in there and clean them toilets. So you know what I'm saying? So now you compromising what you're able to do, but that's because nobody has any equity. Nobody has any equity. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate, starting a business. I don't care what you sell. Sell a t-shirt. You like to bake? Bake some cookies, put them in a box and put a label on them. And start your website. Sell them out the back of your car. I don't care what you do. But you want to work for something that's yours. Because when it's yours, can't nobody put no restrictions on you.
Tammy said, we are the only people that don't back our own. Look at the Mexicans, Koreans, Chinese. They all put up so much money to help each other start their businesses.
I totally agree.
They talk that.
I totally agree. But then that's going back why are we just looking for other people and seeing what other people is doing instead of focusing on you? Because what you got to do is, it don't matter what you're doing. You got to focus on you. You got to promote yourself. You got to show where you got value. Like, where's your value? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to ask themselves that. And if ain't nobody buying into what you're doing, that means you don't have any value yet. But that don't mean that you won't never have no value. That just means you keep grinding. You keep being consistent. You know how, like, I started off like my live videos. It was one person. Nobody was on there first. Then it grew to one person. And then I was like, dang, do I really want to keep going live? It's only, I'm here talking to myself, right? But then I was consistent at going live. Bam. Then it went from 1 to 3 to 10. And then sometimes it's like 50. Sometimes it's 60. And then same thing with Instagram. You know, when I post on Instagram, you know, I make sure I don't do it for likes. I post good content and I leave the rest up to God.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Because if it's good, somebody's gonna find it somewhere. So then before you know it, now other people's taking my videos off of Instagram and putting them on their page. And now they saying, well, who is this guy right here? Does he have an Instagram? Then they go find me.
Right.
Then they say, okay, well, what other platforms are you on? Then they find the Snapchat. Then they find the Facebook. Then they find the Willie Buys Houses. Then they find the Fashion and Finance page. And then they find the fashionandfinance.org website. Then they find the WillieBuyHouses.net website. And then they find the Viverette ties.
And then I find out you got too many friends to accept me.
And then I found out, you know, and then I found out that,
I think I took like his last one. I'm like, it's cool though. I know.
You can follow him though.
Y'all
can follow
Yeah,
him.
y'all can.
He got
I
different
got
platforms.
another page. It's King Willie. Y'all can follow me on the Fashion and Finance page. Y'all can follow me on the Willie Buys Houses, Instagram at King Willie. You know what I'm saying? Snapchat. I got 4 YouTube channels, like, because you want to make
everywhere.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You gotta show. You gotta be everywhere to show your value. Because that's just like, imagine the rapper that's better than Jay-Z. He's killing Jay-Z, but he never leaves out of his house. He wants somebody to knock on the door and find him.
Right.
And that's not gonna happen. So you gotta make yourself available to the masses to show your value. And once you show your value, you're gonna have so many supporters. It's gonna be like, man, like I never I got, you know what I mean? I never thought that I would be here. And especially if your content is good. That's why you don't want to follow no trends. Don't follow no trends. Be your organic self. It may not be popping right now. People may be like, man, you weird. What are you on? What's going on? But just keep it that. Just keep it that. Who would have known that, you know, just take bottled water, for instance. If you build a time capsule and go back to the 30s, and then somebody say, you know what? I got an idea. We're going to put water in a bottle and sell it. That's what we gonna do. We gonna make a killing. You like, man, get out. Ain't nobody gonna buy no bottled water.
It was free, family.
You got Aquafina. You got Ice Mountain. You got Dasani.
Smart water.
Because they all thought that they could outdo Aquafina. Thought that smart water.
You see what I'm saying?
It just goes like that.
It's about the idea. People really don't believe in themselves. That's what everything boils down to. That's it.
That's facts.
If you don't believe in yourself, then you're going to second guess everything you do because that's already what you're doing. But if you believe in yourself and you confident, you're going to be your own, you're going to be your own support.
Won't nobody believe in you if you don't believe in yourself.
When I do speaking events, I got to get in the mirror and talk to myself. I got to hype myself up for that.
Do you hear me?
I'm hyping myself up for that. I'm hyping this me. It's me in the mirror.
Yeah.
You the best. Don't nobody in here look better than you. You got on the flyers. You got on the flyers clothes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got on that Creed, ubiquitous. You know what I'm saying? You smelling good. You looking good. So half the battle's already won. You just got to go out there and live up to how you look.
All right, y'all. Shout out to our special guest. He out here speaking knowledge, so make sure y'all follow us.
I appreciate y'all for having me too, man.
Oh no, this is the first event,
Another
bro.
platform.
Okay, we got
I appreciate
several
y'all.
platforms.
We got second half. It ain't over though. We got more for you.
But we got to hit this commercial up real
Okay,
quick.
we going to a
We'll be
commercial
back.
break?
Yeah, we'll be back.
All right, y'all don't go nowhere. We got more coming.
All right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's fun. Now I'm gonna think you should ask them how. Who don't know where to begin? that's the problem. In our community, we don't know where to begin. Like some of us just don't know, you know what I'm saying, what to do. They just know
All right,
work.
Facebook, all of y'all who are tuning in.
They know about
I'm
work
getting ready to cut the live feed.
and
So that
get
means
paid, get a check, go home. Because in their
you gotta
mind,
go hop on the JQ
I'm wait,
radio
I'm
app,
wait,
or
'cause that's
TuneIn
a good
radio
like,
app, or
you know,
go
like
to our
I mean,
Facebook page. Since you're already on Facebook,
That's
just
just
click on the views tab button.
nature because all I know is
Let you
hard work.
listen in
Mhm.
to the
Hard work,
radio
get
station.
paid,
Got
take
music
care of your
playing right
family.
now. Got some dope
You
commercials
know what I'm saying?
coming
And
on.
that's how a lot
So
of
make sure
them
y'all tune
do. So
in.
like I said,
Y'all
some
wanna
of them don't
get
even
the
do
rest of the
that.
show.
Just
All right, thank you for supporting them when you
work
tune into
hard,
the
get
station.
paid. You know what I'm saying? Like
All of the shows on here get radio. Okay.
my wife said she like you. She
Thank
don't
y'all
like
for tuning in and
you.
listening. Go
She
see
said
them, hop on
she's in
there,
Periscope
hop
and all
on
that
station.
stuff. So, you know, the people,
Alright.
every day she's on Periscope.
I got a Periscope too.
You got a Periscope?
Yeah, I don't be on there like that, but I got a Periscope.
She be on Periscope. She listens to a lot of people on Periscope and stuff like that. So she listens to everybody do everything. Like it might go from financial to credit to preaching to just random exercise stuff. Yeah, she Periscope.
That's tight. Tell her I said thank you.
Yeah, she Periscopes everything. I ain't be trying to get on. I don't even have a Twitter. So it's like,
I got a Twitter. I got 3 Twitters actually.
I feel like I need to go get my notebook because I need to write down all those websites you just said.
you mentioned me. Ain't gonna.
We can done. We'll link it to our page and just share it off there so anybody who needs to follow them can follow them.
Tell your people to log on in. I'm doing this to this day to you.
I'm on
Did
live
we
too.
Are you like?
Yeah.
did we get the approval for Google Play? Did you?
Make sure y'all sharing this video.
should
This
be.
is gonna be one to remember. Two
Okay.
Queens and a King. Appreciate them for having me on. Make sure y'all go check them out. How long y'all been doing this?
A month.
That's tight. That's tight, man. Well, congratulations.
Appreciate it. We trying to.
Congratulations.
It's fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, the team is dope. Like they're these two women right here. Like I said, like it's like my wife is, you know, she's super dope. You know what I'm saying? Because she does what she needs to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call her the queen, because she does what she needs to do. And that's why these two right here, they do what needs to be done. Like, I might slack on something, they be in there, okay, I just took care of this, I took care of this, I took care of this, I took care of this. And then Carolina tries to dumb it down for me. Ken, you just need to pay this much. All right, cool, sweet bet, got you.
Right.
But they do their thing, man. So
Right.
Next week we all have
They already
candy
talk
on our
about
dish.
they talk business. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like,
That's tight.
I did. They owned it.
Card holders.
I don't know. I got
It's
some.
like
better-
delegate
Yeah.
junior is what they
Do
call
we got
delegate.
pens?
I just be like, all right,
Can
what
you
you need me
make
to
pens
do?
for
You know what
us? I
I'm
wanted
saying?
to make something
What
like
you
give
need me to
away
do?
on our
But he
table.
Right.
showed me some dope things.
Okay.
It was hard to tell you about it.
Okay.
They be locked in.
Oh, we need to also do the shout out for the ticket for next week.
Chris
the 3 on
Cobb,
Sunday.
Ryan Anthony. What's up, family? Shanar.
We
Maya.
still ain't figured it out. We just
Michael Hanley,
play
what
by
up,
ear
bro?
and just go from
Rihanna
there for
Proctor.
today.
Bree So
for
Lady
that
Like
ticket
Nas
next
Davis.
week.
What up, Nas? Juan, what up? What up,
What's
family?
on Sunday?
Shanielle, what's up? Raymond McDay, Ronnie Price, Jermaine Coleman Sr., Tiffany, what's up? LaRon Marshall, Peanut. Hey, call me Peanut. Call me. I need to link with you. Maya, Justin Blaine, what up, family? Don Mo, Sharita
When
Wilson.
we come off of the commercial, we'll do our
What's up,
social media
Crystal?
pages. You gonna do social media pages? You are.
Not as comfortable as you do. Oh, you ready?
Victoria,
Where's
what's
the
up?
George down? Let me see.
Ricky B, Donna Gray, Nikki
George down.
Nakia, Jinx Rios, Famous, what up, bro? Tracy May, Taylor, what up, sis? Susie Carmichael, Victoria Rose, Brittany Vine,
The Instagram is 2 queens and
what
a
up,
king.
fam?
Like,
Candace Childs, Michael Willard,
Queens and
Ebony
King
Crow, what's up,
podcast.
Ebony?
Two
Kate,
queens and king. Yeah.
Catherine Lou, Brandon Oakley, Kadaisha, T. Taylor, what's up? Bernadette, what's up? You better call me too. I want to make sure everything is everything is
That's
on
how you get your support too. Shout
everything
them
is
out,
on
let them know
schedule.
you seen
Kalina
it.
Baskin, Kendra, what's up, Kendra? Kiera, Alva, hope I said that right. Donna, what up, family? Bree Radford, what up, Bree? Sonia Trenton, what up, bro?
Oh, we'll be back.
Erica Thomas, Bolo, Richard Kendall, what up, family? Brandy May, Sharon Lee,
You got all of them on it.
Amari Heflin,
All right. Am I
Lynette.
leaving?
No, these back in.
All right.
Yep. You back in? You good? You good? You good?
What up, y'all? We back with a special guest. Willie's in the house. Willie Dynamite, if y'all want to call him that. I can't pronounce his last name, so I ain't even gonna try and play with it. Shout out to Willie for coming last minute for us. We really, really do appreciate
y'all
it.
having
me.
So what we about to do, we're gonna shout out our social media page. We're gonna let Willie shout out all 1,700
Nah, we ain't go. I ain't go.
social media pages. If you don't catch it here, we're gonna link it on our page. So if you're not following us, you definitely need to get on there and start following us. Can you shout those out? Come on, social media expert.
Here we go. I know we on Facebook. We got no. No, we on Facebook. Let me get to my page so I can make sure I
Oh
get
my
it
God,
right.
so-
Two Kings and the Queen podcast on Facebook. You can like us on Instagram at Two Kings and the King.
I got it, y'all. So, he ain't playing tonight. He acting like you don't know. So, Two Kings and a King podcast. We definitely on Facebook. We have a group page and we have a regular page. We also got our own personal pages that you can go to and link us on our Instagram. It's Two Kings a King podcast. If you're not following us, you're losing out. You can also go to the JQL radio app. Download us. If you got iPhones, go to the Tune In. Search for JQLM Radio and we'll pop up. And we just found out we on iTunes, so shout out. We on here.
See how smooth that was for her? It
It's
came
smooth.
out
I know
smooth.
it like crazy. Like
It came out smooth.
it's what I do. It's like I know
Ooh-wee.
my kid's birthday. It's like the back of my hand.
I gotta ask my wife for my kid's birthday and something like, yo.
Girl, they talking about tell Willie to come on with them pages. They ready to write it
Oh,
down.
okay. I'm sorry. Let me stop being so
Get-
rude.
Nah,
I gotta go ahead. Nah, go ahead. Y'all tell me.
He done
Don't get to it.
He done put some stank on. He said y'all gotta promote us all day, so y'all gonna hear our voice all day
gonna get to
promoting.
it.
So Willie, come on with them 17 pages for us one time.
I'm not going. Let me see. WillieBuysHouses.net. If you know anybody that's trying to sell a house, I buy it. I close fast and I close with cash. You know, or listening with a realtor can take up to 45 days, maybe longer. I can close within a week. FashionandFinance.org. I do wealth coaching, and also I got a style course for all my fellas out there, because y'all can't be sagging y'all pants no more. Y'all ain't getting away with that, because I'm showing up like this. I'm changing the game single-handedly, by myself. Y'all need to upgrade y'all style. Follow me on Facebook. Y'all can add the Fashion and Finance page. Y'all can add the WillieBuysHouses.net page. Y'all can add the King Willie page, and then y'all can follow me on Willie Dynamite. On Instagram, follow me at King Willie with 2 E's at the bottom at the end of Willie. At Dynamite Fly on Twitter. Add me on Snapchat, King Willie. Add me on YouTube, Fashion and Finance. Also Willie Buys Houses on YouTube. And yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and we are sponsoring Two Queens and a King podcast. We will be the sponsor, one of the sponsors at the 317 Day. 317 Day is a project that has like everybody from 317 local vendors. They're gonna have talent shows. I heard. I haven't never been to it, but this is gonna be real new for us. I do know like Royally Melanated will be their mentoring coach, Dominique Wofford.
Shout out to Dominique.
She was our business of the week also last week, and only Lynette will be there. She's another vendor, loctician, very well known in the area. So from what I hear, it's a really big deal. We are giving away another ticket. We already gave away one. We'll be giving away another one. And basically what the ticket covers is your trolley ride through Indianapolis. So you're gonna leave the Silver Center, I believe, and you're gonna go on this trolley ride. And it's someone that's gonna be showing you different spots in downtown Indianapolis. And you're gonna stop at Chef Oya's, The Trap. You're gonna stop at Country Kitchen. And you're gonna stop at Maxine's Chicken and Waffles.
Hey, that's my favorite spot too. I'm probably there. They know me on the first
Maxine,
base. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Maxine's for
Absolutely.
years, man.
No, that's
Yeah,
Put a wall
and I
in
think
for too
they
long.
go to Icon Lounge.
shout out to
I know-
Cash,
right.
DJ Cash and Corey.
I know Bella is one of the people that is giving something to the cause, and Down to Earth Tooth Dirt, Tia Scott.
Shout out to Tia Scott.
So shout out to all of you all. This is supposed to be a big day, so anybody that's anybody is gonna be there. Support. They want the support, and it's free. That part of it is free at the Silver Center. The trolley ride is the only thing that costs. Now,
Shout out to Chisa too.
Yeah, I want to say the tickets are like $58 if you want to get a ticket,
That ain't
and
bad.
we'll put that in our on our page too, how to buy a ticket for that.
Oh, yeah.
So y'all gotta be paying attention because we giving the ticket away for free. So
For free.
For free.
You can
Let
have
me
this.
say it again. For free
You
for the
can
people in
have
the back
this.
that didn't hear.
Can I chime in real quick?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
I'm just like,
Nah, you right. I'm not.
No,
I just
you-
like,
It's like, oh, okay.
Nah, I'm respectful.
no, I'm joking. Go
Um,
ahead. You are a guest, so you can go ahead and speak
people
your
don't-
piece.
A lot of times people don't value something unless they pay for it. I know it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's
That's
weird.
why I told you raffle
People
ticket.
don't value stuff unless they pay for it.
Right.
But I just wanted to throw that in.
Well, as a sponsor, we just gonna give it away free. This is our first event, so we gonna do it the wrong way, so we come back and do it right. Hey, it's a lesson and everything. That's how I
Put
look
them
at
down,
it.
then lift them up.
Okay, I can break me down and then go ahead and build me back up with your words. Okay, so shout out to Willie. So he been speaking some facts on here. He pointed out a couple good points that as a community we do not invest in ourselves. I feel like I firmly believe we do not leave anything for our children. We don't teach them anything. We don't show them anything, and that has to change. That has to change with us. It starts with us. We can't wait for the schools to do it. We can't wait for you to be like, oh, I'm gonna buy your product. It don't matter if you buy it. You still gonna know about me. So Willie, chime in on. You have a son, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what are you teaching your son? Are you teaching them to go to school, or are you teaching
No,
them to be an
we
entrepreneur?
not doing none of
None of
that.
that,
Okay,
okay.
let's get this kicked off right.
Oh,
We gonna kick this off right.
Okay, I'm just asking. I don't know,
No,
sir.
we not. Although he is in private school right now.
He is okay.
Yep, I pay for him to go to private school.
Okay.
We ain't doing none of that because
Is there a reason why he go to private school instead of public school? Is it?
it's just it's just a better quality of learning.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
He knows 3 languages. He knows French, Spanish, and English, and he's 3 years old.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? So he knows his numbers, his some, you know, some of his letters. He know a lot of stuff. So the teachers there, it's a Montessori school. It's a good school.
Okay.
It's a good school. But we play Monopoly.
Okay.
So he's rolling the dice. He's moving the pieces. He said, "So what is this?" He said, "Greenhouse." What is this? That's a red house.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows that. I got some. I got flashcards for money because, just my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
The education system is outdated. It's outdated right now. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no wealth that comes with it. And when I tell people that their degree isn't wealth, that people get hot, they get tight. They get on there, get to arguing, like they want to fight me.
Mm-hmm.
But technically you can do, hey man, you know, everybody, I'm giving you facts. I don't say nothing. If it's not a fact, I'm gonna say, I don't know. It's in a gray area. But if you look up wealth can be passed down to your children.
It sure can.
That's what wealth is. If you cannot, by definition, pass that degree down to your children, it's not wealth. I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care what school you went to. It can be Harvard, Yale, it can be IU, and no matter what the situation, it can't be passed down. That's the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing, your job can't be passed down to your children either. It's not wealth. And it's the highest taxed income on the entire planet. On the planet. Up under that is passive income, and up under that is portfolio. Up under that is portfolio income, and up under that is passive income. Look at, I know y'all seen the Amazon thing because I posted it.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon pays $0 in taxes.
0.
Amazon, Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world with a net worth of $150 billion. He pays $0 in taxes. That's the game black people need to figure out.
All right now.
Like, where do we start? Because there's ways we start, but
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
as far as where we start, you can follow me.
I mean,
That's the first thing you can do. I got a lot.
Shameless.
This is what
I'm
what I want y'all to do. Anybody that's watching this, they can go back for the last 2 years. They can go back. 2 years ago, I was helping people buy cryptocurrency one-on-one. One-on-one. When I did crypto, I made a 500% return on investment in a month. Even though it's down now, which I think is the time to buy, but that'll be another conversation.
Shout out to the.
You know what I'm saying?
Come back for
So
our other stories.
I helped 250 people one-on-one, walk them through all the steps to buy cryptocurrency. So with a lot of people that's, you know, they be like, man, well, you just saying that if I could show y'all my inbox. I didn't help so many women start businesses, and this is before I even started charging. I did this for free. I'm meeting up with people. I'm helping them structure businesses. I'm helping them find products. You see what I'm saying? Because it's about creating equity. Ain't nothing wrong with your job. If you there for 30 years, it is.
That is a problem.
It is. You there 30 years, you die, and hopefully you die before your money run out. Because if not, you're going to be at the movie theater pulling tickets. You're going to be pulling tickets. You done gave these people 30 years of your life. They done wore your body down. You done made like all this money. You done probably paid off your mortgage, hopefully. You ain't renting. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully you retire off of half of what you was making when you was at your job. If you still got the same expenses that you got, then you in trouble. Then you're going to be pulling tickets. That's why you see all these older people in Walmart greeting. You see them at the movie theater pulling tickets. That's why you see them. Now, granted, some of them just want something to do.
Yeah.
But majority of them, they got to make some money because their retirement ran out and they don't have nothing. You see what I'm saying? And that company, you can't go back to that company and get 30 years of your life. You can't do it. So we got to start working for equity. We got to work for ownership. I don't care you selling phone cases. You can be selling toys, race car wheels. I don't care what you're selling. You can become a barber, open up your own shop. You like doing hair, that's fine. Perfect your craft, live off of 50% of your income, and open up your own shop. You see what I'm saying? Because that's equity. And a lot of people ain't gonna like it because the masses, that's not the masses. David Rockefeller said, I don't want a nation of thinkers. David Rockefeller owns the education system, by the way. He said, I don't want a nation of thinkers. That means don't think. Don't do no thinking. I want a nation of doers. I don't want no thinkers. Because guess what? Thinking is revolutionary. Okay. That's you want to be revolutionary? Start with a thought. Create some wealth for your kids.
Think outside the box.
Think about it like this. I'm just theoretically speaking right now. They come out with an AIDS vaccination, right? Some people want it, some people don't. Majority of the people don't. They don't want to mess with it at all. They say, in order for you to keep your job, they mandated that everybody they got a job, you got to get this AIDS vaccination. In order for you to get your food stamps, you got to get this AIDS vaccination. You want to keep your Section 8, you got to get this AIDS vaccination. You want your kids to go to public school where you ain't got to pay, you got to get this AIDS vaccination because it's government funded. What you think people gonna do?
AIDS vaccination, because they don't want
and then 6 months later, you're gonna see the commercial on the TV that's gonna say, have you or a loved one got this vaccination? If so, you might be entitled to medical compensation. Call the number below.
Right.
Now look at you. Done threw your life away because you're financially irresponsible. That's all it boils down to. But I don't want to talk. I hope I ain't talking too much. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to chime in.
But that's kind of like they did the flu shot.
Okay. I don't want to over talk. I don't want to make y'all get y'all.
Because like I said, I can't speak on this. Like I said, I'm from the era of.
Got you.
My father worked hard every day of his life, and he gave us. It wasn't so much money. He gave us the knowledge to where if you're a man, you work to feed your family. That's how I was raised. A lot of people not raised.
Shout out to your pops too.
Yo,
Shout out to your pops.
I've never known a day without my pops in my house, and everybody can't say that. My mom's been married for 40 years. Special. You know, him and mom's been, and we from the hood, like post road. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to have that, and so all I know is every day my pops was going to work, he coming back home. We never worried about a place to sleep. Never worried about food. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what most of in my era is what we taught. You work hard. You got a family. You protect them. Ain't no excuse. You protect them. So a lot of people don't know about the investing and the.
But think about it like this: if your dad had worked on his own business as hard as he worked at the employer job, he would have passed that wealth down to you, and you would have passed it down.
Yeah, I know that. But that's not back then. It's a chain thing with us. Like it's not what he knows. He knows Pops is from an area to where his father, but from when there,
that's what
I gotta work hard.
His dad, like that's that era.
That
was good. No, that was great.
Because they were able to get business. They laugh in his face like, get your ass out of here. Like you know what?
That was great. That was great within the era. Within his dad's era.
Yeah, so people like don't know now on like my age, 30, somebody be 38. I know about to invest in this stuff, you know what I'm saying, like this, but I know, my kids need to eat. I gotta work. Ain't no chilling, ain't no relaxing. It's time to get your ass out there and get to work and take care of your family. So
that's why I say
invest in the back of our minds.
Yeah.
Invest in this and this, like you said. I got the 401ks and the insurance and the life insurance if I die. Granted, but I understand. That's why I said, so you were needed for this conversation.
Okay,
a lot of people, you were needed for this because it opened my eyes on some stuff. Like, I know I can go out there and start a business like this, but I'm like, I don't really want to do this because I work so hard on my 9 to 5, but I'm doing what I'm supposed to do versus doing what I want to do. I feel like I want to start something, but I'm gonna do that with I gotta work.
But see, this is it can be.
No, go ahead. See that we had 2 minutes to commercial. So
it can be something as simple as you ain't even got to go out and tackle it all in one day. Just work on it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get you. This week we go accomplish this. It ain't got to be nothing big. You know what I'm saying? But every day you want to work towards your goals and what you dream and what you building. You know what I'm saying? Because like she said, just imagine if you just worked a little bit on your dreams every day for 30 years. You would be. It would be like, it wouldn't even be comparable to whatever job you got. You know what I'm saying at this point. And it's ownership. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm really more concerned about what I'm leaving my son when I done lived my life. Like I done been Jamaica, I done stayed in penthouses, I drove
We don't mean to cut you off. We gotta get this commercial up. We're gonna have you come back and explain what you're gonna leave your son.
All right.
All right. Stay tuned, y'all.
Stay tuned.
That's exactly what I was gonna say when I heard you talking, Kenneth. When I was in the corporate world, so business development is my specialty. I have Express Employment Services calls me, hey lady J, where they call me Jacque. We got this company that wants they need to build a new department. Can you come Monday through Friday 9 to 5? No, but I can do Monday through Wednesday at this time, that time. Or I need a database builder. I need this. You know what I'm saying? But while I was doing that, I was fortunate enough to be to grow up for a while with my mom when she was a secretary, and I used to watch everything she did, like on a computer. She used to work as a secretary at the church, so doing bulletins, and I learned Microsoft Office when I was like 6.
You winning. I'm still
like when I say the entire Excel, Word, Publisher. I learned that at a very early age. I learned how to do bulletins. I learned how to do so many things. And so when I went to school, while I was in high school, I got a certification while I was in tech. So I didn't just do regular classes. I ended up leaving there with a vocational license in alteration and tailoring because I knew how to sew. You know what I'm saying? So preparing myself for certain, I didn't know exactly. First, I wanted to be a doctor, like a medical doctor, but I didn't think that I would like grow up to then become like a psychologist or or something like that. But that's what I do now: business management degree and psychology degree. You know what I'm saying? But while I was in there, I was working on my own. You know what I'm saying? My own stuff. So my first business was a nonprofit because I wanted to give back to the community. You know what I'm saying? And then, after I get off work, then I go and I might sit up for a couple hours at home and work on, the structure of my business, what it's going to be, all of my documents, putting the websites together and all that kind of stuff. Like, so once it was in place, slowly growing it, I never got a loan from anybody. I teach all of my business bangers clients.
Yeah.
You can start with what you have. Our problem is we think we need a lot. I said the worst thing, what the biggest con in starting up a business. Now there are many different ways you can start a business, but when you go and get a loan, you enter into business in debt. So I have never ever started a business.
Facts.
I've always made profit in the first year.
Facts.
The very first media platform that I built, I was bringing in $3,000 a month profit by like the 10th month.
Yeah, you can do that.
Now, did I have
That's factual.
like somebody bought equipment and pretty much that was it. But after
No
so
commercial,
many
no.
times, you were already I already made that up 2 or 3 times over. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about how you work it. It's all about how you work it. You can do it. And I tell people who have nonprofits. Nonprofits are needed because you got a lot of families out here that don't have clothes, shoes, food, stuff like that. If we have enough people doing that, I had 250 clients in 90 days when I first started. 250 clients in 90 days. I never came out of pocket for anything, and I never had to get a government grant. I tell people all the time, when you go to the government to get grants, one thing that people miss is that you have to meet their criteria when they give you their money. You got to spend it how they tell you can spend it. And not only that, your clients have to meet their requirements. You might not be able to serve them more than once in 30 days. They may have to meet a certain type of criteria. They may have to be a certain, so it's like way too many limits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, when you're using somebody else's money.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing that we definitely need to keep in mind. And don't get me wrong, I tell people who are entrepreneur minded, don't harp so much on the people who aren't, because not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. Even for those of us who are entrepreneurs in African American community, or we own businesses and things of that sort, we still may have to employ our own. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody can't be a chief. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Some people got to be Indians. Like, we need people that clean up, to be janitors. We need people that drive buses. We need people that drive trucks. We need people that's nurses and doctors. We need people to be in those careers. You know what I'm saying? So everybody can't be. You know what I'm saying? But if you operate in your role of what your purpose is in life, and I tell you all the time, you chase that, the money will chase you.
Okay.
Stop chasing the dollar, because really, money has no value. Really, our money in the United States is at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to value. It really is.
And you know what, bro? I don't even care about money. I don't care
But
about
but
it.
like he was saying, wealth
it's a piece of paper.
it's something that you can pass down.
It's just a piece of paper. Money's only valuable when it's exchanged.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just saving. I'm not just doing all of this to get money, just to have a whole lot of money. I'm getting all of this money so I can send my son to private school, or I may wake up and say, you know what? Let me fly over to Italy. Let me fly to Italy, and I can go, and I don't gotta ask nobody. Hey, you think I can get some time off? You think I can get some time off to go? That don't even. It don't sound right, bro. It don't even sound right. I don't even feel comfortable asking or saying it. It don't even sound right. I gotta ask another grown man. Can I do something?
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but like I said, like, it's just different ways of being raised. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
when are you back on?
Yeah.
Can I tell you?
What's up,
something? I'll go ahead. Go my
No. I would say we back. Go ahead.
But the mics ain't on yet. Y'all ready?
I asked when we back on. They're looking crazy.
You killing me.
Go ahead.
She pointed at me. What's
Now
up,
you
y'all? Now we back. I was talking to myself. We back now, fam. All right, I'm here talking to myself, man. We got my man's Willie Dynamite in here. So, if y'all been paying attention, we've been talking about the black community or whatever. So, so go ahead and finish what you was talking about. So what I asked him was, what about the people who wasn't raised or no? I know somebody in the comments said, there's opportunities out here. What if, because starting your business, right, that takes time and effort and right, am I right or wrong? Like, if you're doing something, don't you got to put the time and the effort and dedication into it?
Yes.
What if you can't give all of that time and effort, dedication? Like I said, I work.
Okay, can I ask you a
Like,
question?
yeah, go ahead.
What if you can't give all that time, energy, and dedication to your job?
But then, let's see. What if you? Okay, I understand. I understand. We need to support and have our thing with our business. But like, say for instance, if I want to do something right now, I want to start something right now. I know what I have to do. My priority right now is my job. How do you go from this being my priority, my 9 to 5 or whatever y'all can do, quote unquote 9 to 5? How do you sway? How do you go to trying to start your own thing? And like, how do you do that? Like, it's hard to do. Like, it's very hard to do when you've been working. You know, hard work.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro.
Like, how do you sway?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. You know, because y'all brought me on here to keep it real.
Please do.
Yeah.
You got the wrong priority.
Well, no, my priority is the family. So if I've been doing,
I get it.
If what I've been doing right, if I've been doing what I've been doing is to make sure they got insurance. I gotta leave them some money if I pass away, which it might not be, you know, trip money.
That's
you know, but you know what I'm saying. But if I my priority is my kids ain't never gonna be hungry. My kids are gonna go to college. My kids is gonna they get what everything they need. They got a roof over their head. So maybe my priorities are not as high as maybe other people's. But I'm from the era to where if my kids are taken care of and there's not a want or not a need, and they eating and I got something for them, like, okay, maybe it's not. I know what you're saying as far as like I need my own money. I need to have my, you know, I totally understand it. My question is, how do I go about doing it when I'm so set in this way now, and me thinking that what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm doing right, and I'm doing right. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
but this is the thing, like, you know, everybody got different goals in life. You know, I can't tell anybody what to do. It doesn't matter who it is.
Right.
I'm not going to try to convince anybody of anything ever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you just got to figure out what are your goals. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And you got to think ahead with your goals. You can't work all your life for nothing. For nothing. You see what I'm saying? Like, when I mean nothing, meaning that you work 30 years and then they give you like a little steady monthly check, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you
get by.
Hopefully you get by.
Right.
I think what he's trying to say is, in order for you to start it, you have to set goals, and every day you have to grind towards that goal.
Nah, I'm gonna get to it. Let me
say
what I say.
But my thing is,
He said what he said. He said what he said.
This ain't a narrated show.
It is a narrated show. You see me over here co-signing like, yeah.
my thing is,
No, I'm just playing y'all.
my thing is to show.
I'm letting
It's showing my son how my father showed me is hard work.
I know,
Hard
bro,
work.
but see,
You know what I'm saying? Like, son, this is hard work.
No,
Now, when I'm asking you, I'm not asking questions in defensive mode. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't know.
But listen to me, bro.
No, because these are questions like I want to know, because I'm speaking from a lot of people. There's not a lot of people like him. There's more people like me.
I understand what you're saying.
You
Like,
do know he worked
You gotta let me answer.
I know that.
I got you. You just gotta let me answer.
Okay, go ahead.
For the people in the back.
You have to figure out what you really want out of life. And if what you have right now is what you want out of life, then there's no growth there. You're supposed to always grow, no matter what you're doing. So I'm gonna give you an example of something. You wanna know what's the population of Alaska? Where are we gonna check?
Google.
So why we ain't Googling how to get rich, how to save money, how to budget, how to travel for free, how to eat at Ruth Chris for free, how to shop at Saks for free, because I do all of that. I got I'll be in Italy in May. I didn't pay nothing for the flight, and I didn't pay nothing for the room. You see what I'm saying? Because I got good credit and I took the time to put the work in to do what I needed to do. Now, of course, that's just like people may say, well, what if everybody ain't got good credit to take flights? Well, you get good credit. You get good credit to take flights. You see what I'm saying? That's why a lot of stuff is just self-explanatory. Well, everybody ain't got money to invest. Everybody can't start a business. Everybody can't do this. Well, how is it that you Google everything else instead of the stuff that you need to be Googling? You know about Tristan Thompson cheating on Khloe Kardashian. You following Jay-Z and Beyonce. You following the R. Kelly trials. You know what I'm saying? You can tell me everything about that. But then when I asked you who's the richest, give me the top 3 richest people in the world, you don't know it. Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and Warren Buffett. You don't know that. But you know R. Kelly's whole life. You know everything that he done did. I know for a fact because back then, when he was with Aaliyah, he got married and she was only 14. So now y'all, when it comes to somebody else's business, y'all know everything. But then when I tell you
Right.
that you need to live off 50% of your income, all of a sudden, oh man, well everybody can't do that. Everybody can't do this. Maybe if you log off and focus on you a little more instead of R. Kelly, then maybe you will.
Right.
I'm not making no excuses for people. If you want to do something, this is especially for my women. Especially for my women.
Scoot your chair up, Carolina.
When y'all want to do something, y'all find a way to make it happen. 100. No, I ain't 100% of the time. I don't care what it is. That rent due, you ain't got it. You like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. But these babies can't go without.
Facts. Yeah.
These babies.
Facts,
Name
yeah.
in a bind.
You know, I'm just saying these babies can't go
No,
without.
that's facts. That's
I'm gonna have
100%.
to put in some overtime. I'm gonna see if I can get in advance from my
That's 100%.
job. I might have to lease out my car.
That's 100%.
I might have to Airbnb my house.
Okay.
I might have to lift.
You know what I'm saying? You might have to Lyft, Uber. Y'all gonna come up with something. That's what I know about my black women.
Oh, yeah, that's
I know
facts.
that for a fact. You see what I'm saying? So all we have to do,
That's facts.
you know that grind where y'all be like, I gotta make this happen for my babies, for my kids, for my mom, for my dad, or for whoever it may be. I gotta make this happen. Keep that same mentality when it comes to building your goals. Keep that same energy when it comes to building what you want out of life.
Yeah, that's
All
facts.
right.
That was a good
That's
word.
facts.
Was that a word?
That was the deacon that came in, huh?
Right.
What you gonna say?
Deacon Willie.
Like I said, it's just like I said, it's different people come from different perspectives.
But it's I
You know what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
you, but this
So, but I understand what you're saying. Like it's
this
like
is
a
what I'm gonna
different-
tell, bro. This is what I'm gonna show you. Not because I totally get your
No,
question,
no,
100%.
yeah.
This
But
is how
you answered it.
This is how I bought my first house. I'm gonna give y'all a short story. So DJ Marcus Wayne, he worked at Hot 96. My best friend B Swift, we was down at the radio station. Everybody was talking. Marcus said, "I'm gonna have $1 million about the time I retire." Everybody was like, "Dang, that's what's up." And then everybody got back to talking and stuff. And then when the group dispersed, I put him to the side. I said, "Hey man, how you gonna have this $1 million?" He said, "Meet me at the bookstore when it was in Glendale at 2:30." He didn't ask me could I meet him there.
Yeah, he told
He
you.
didn't ask me. He told me. So guess what? Either I want to build something or I don't.
Right.
I could have said, "Ah man, you know, man, I got a date. I got a date.
pick up
I got a
my-
date line. I got this. Whatever I had to do to meet him there, I had to do it. I showed up at 2:15 because I wanted to look around a little bit.
I'm eager.
He was there. He was like, "Dang, man, you came." He picked out 3 books for me. One was The Rich Dad, The Guide to Getting Rich Without Cutting Up Your Credit Cards. The next book was The Richest Man in Babylon. And then the next book was like a retirement book. I don't really remember what that was. But he says, I got mutual funds. But it's a lot of things. I didn't know nothing about investing. I hated reading. I didn't want to see another book after I left Tech. He was like, it's a lot of things that you can invest in. Here's what I got though. But I mean, just read these books and figure out what you want to invest in. I read it. Oh, I read it a week. Robert Kiyosaki said he wanted this Porsche 911. He said that, you know, the dealership called him. Said, "We got your Porsche." And he went in there, test drove it, you know, seen all the buttons and whistle. That was his dream car. He said, "Now I got to go find me an investment."
What, we got like 2 minutes? 1 minute. My fight to cut you off.
A minute and 12 seconds.
We got a minute and 12 seconds.
Let me get
we
this
got,
out.
We got go ahead. We got a minute 12
Now
seconds.
I got to go find me an investment. So he found a $20,000 house, put 10% down. Owner financed the rest. His payments was $200. He rented it out for $500. For $700. They gave him $700 a month. $200 went toward paying off the property. The $500 went towards paying off his Porsche. By the time his Porsche was paid off, so was the property. So then he not only got his dream car, he got his property paid off, and then the equity had doubled. It was worth $40,000. So that makes sense to me.
Alrighty. All right,
Man,
y'all.
I
That
appreciate
was Willie Dynamite.
We got
We're
30
gonna
seconds.
Tag all of his stuff. And
Part 2 coming.
Part 2 coming next Friday. JQLM radio app.
Appreciate y'all for having me too.
Appreciate
Man.
you.
Y'all
Appreciate
didn't have to
Appreciate
reach
it.
out to me, man. So anytime people invite me to something, I'm always grateful, man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
And
that.
thank you all for listening. And our business of the week was Nikki Givens, the paint plug. So
Shout
we'll
out.
tag her information in our page. And the throne
Has
has
spoken.
spoken.
Peace.